Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of the tutorial grid. I am Cherokee, your host, and we're going to be working on something that is pretty simple. Um, but first, why don't we go head on over and let's subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to be working in After Effects Live. So go ahead and subscribe to YouTube, as well as check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Avid Productions 479. Give us a like there, and you can also like us on Twitter, or I guess follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/tutorialgrid. This is also brought to you in part by the Black Mariachi, which is the film that we will be working in today, as well as SiteGround. Get all your website hosting, WordPress, Joomla, and all that fancy stuff at SiteGround for $3.99 and up. And right now, I believe they're doing a Labor Day sale, so make sure to check that out at the link below. So last night was fun, as a lot of people, I guess, saw. I ended up having to take that stream down and completely redoing it. So, like, one of the methods that we were using in After Effects was apparently just not having it for some odd reason. So Adobe still has some quirks to fix with their Adobe CC 2015 After Effects software, and that I was unaware of that problem, and it just kept happening and kept happening and kept happening, and After Effects crashed like 12 different times. So just for all those people that were watching last night, yeah, sorry that had to happen, but this is kind of what my frustration was like. Right here.
No! No!
Yeah, that was my frustration, and I'm probably gonna get monetized hit on that. So yeah. So thanks a lot for sticking with us, and I hope you enjoy this stream. So on this one, what we're going to be working with, it's probably going to be hopefully going to be a simple job. But on this one, we've got the dude. He fires the shot, and he hits our main character. And there's really not a whole lot to do with this, except for color correct it a little bit so it's not so crappy looking. But what we're going to do is track the shot, add a blood splat on the back, since we didn't have any pyro or any kind of stuff in the budget. So we're going to have to add that digitally and make it look, good. So that's what we're going to do. Pretty simple stuff. Track it, put some fake blood up there, color correct, and be finished. So with all that stuff being said, let's go ahead and head on over into After Effects. So we'll take our clip here and replace with After Effects composition. And hopefully my After Effects does not crash this time. Hey, it worked. Awesome. Cool. All right, so we got this stuff back. Make sure everything plays okay. Everything's going to be friendly. Yes, yes. Everything is friendly. Good. Cool. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to Layer, New, Null Object. So we're going to go ahead and start doing our track. So we will select the footage from below, and I see we have a watcher. Hello, watcher. I hope you enjoy our stream of After Effects for the movie The Black Mariachi. All right, so we've got our tracking points. So we want to kind of scrub through this and make sure that we can find a spot that is in the zone the whole time without something covering up, so we don't have a bad track. So it looks as if there's a part right here. From here up is going to be pretty good. So let's go ahead and select our footage and go to track motion. It's going to bring up our tracker key point here. We're going to go ahead and bring this up, pull this over, and just kind of focus on some dots. And I believe that's the same one, right? Yeah, it's the same one. All right, so we're going to focus, actually, let's do on these two. So we're going to do kind of a cool little scrub thing here. I'm going to focus on this little rectangle. And we're going to go ahead and play this on through. All right, so we are still going. It's going fairly slow because we're technically tracking two separate points. So it shouldn't be too bad. He's going to fall. We're going to track. And really what we're going to do is, because our shot beforehand is shooting from kind of like the downward angle, and the dude is actually kind of a bit taller than this dude, is we're going to have him shoot, and he's going to bam. He's going to hit this dude kind of from up above. So you're going to see the splat somewhere around in this area, region. So it shouldn't be too bad. Technically, we could probably track it by hand, but I really don't want to do that work. Really don't want to track all that stuff by hand. This is going to be way easier, and that'll give me some time to chill out. So before this, kind of to get me going, I had a little bit of a rough start, I guess, to the night. I had to listen to a bunch of Foo Fighters to kind of get my drift going for some Inspirato. So sometimes you got to, you know, do something to clear your head and get into the zone. And that's one of the things that I like to do. Get some good music going and, you know, rock out for a little bit and be like, okay, I'm going to do this After Effects thing. Brah! You know? What do you guys do to get yourself going for After Effects? Or really anything that inspires you? Oh, wait. Hold on. What just happened? I don't like something I just saw. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't stop on me now. There we go. Okay, you can respond at any time now. Okay, come on. Yeah, well, I'll just finish it out. See what happens. Welcome, watcher, to the stream. I hope you are enjoying what you're seeing so far. Which I don't like what I'm seeing so far. My After Effects is being janky again. Boo-doo. Yay, Facebook messages. I like Facebook messages. Come on. Yay, more Facebook messages. I might have to turn that off. If I get too many people. Alright, come on. After Effects, don't die on me, please. Come on, Adobe CC, get your crap together. Alright, Adobe CC, you can do it. This is my frustration. Because, I don't know, Adobe just kind of screwed me and screwed a lot of people by not giving us decent freaking software. Why are you tracking all the way over there? I want you to stop tracking, please. We don't want you to do this. Okay, I'm just going to force shutdown. Right? Is that what I have to do? Force shutdown? Why are you doing this to me? Awesome. Alright, yep, gonna force shutdown. This is embarrassing. Awesome. Close. Okay. Cancel. Jesus freaking Christ. Alright. So now that we got the track, welcome to my frustration. Alright, here we go. Got the track. It's going there, and then it moves up here. So I'm going to follow it because I really don't want to redo this. And just keep following it right on up. And we're going, and we're going, and going, and going. A couple more, we'll be finished. Not sure why the tracker would not track appropriately, but it didn't. And now we're paying for it. All right, cool. So we've got that tracking situation taken care of. It tracked it okay through half of it, and then not so okay through the rest. So we'll go ahead and make sure the motion target null 17 is in our check here, and we'll just go ahead and apply those settings to the X and Y to our null 17. Cool. So now if we kind of look through this, we've got null 17 playing happy with our little dot here. Okay. Cool. All right, so we're going to go into our project, and we're going to find, we have a bunch of stuff from the old video copilot that we're going to use. We've got our blood splatters and all sorts of crap. Then we've got no burst. We want it to hit on the wall, which that's not so good. That's all right. Maybe a squirt. No. No. I want it to hit the wall. I just want it to be gory. That should be fine. Okay. So we're going to use the blood hit 6. Pop that down on here. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit P and P, or actually we probably can go over here and do pick whip and pick whip to our null 17, and we will move our anchor point down a little bit to the right, and we'll just kind of, since the shot is at a downward motion, we can kind of put it around right there. Should be just fine. Okay, so you're probably thinking, well, like what now? Like what is it like? That looks okay. It's gonna work. I don't exactly like how red it is. So it's also very it's over our dude's hand, so that's probably not a good thing. It's also pretty bright, and so we're just going to kind of darken this up. We'll just go to curves and mess with our curves adjustment here, darken it just a tad. There we go. Okay. And now we're also going to just deselect that real quick, and we're going to duplicate our bottom layer and put that on top of our blood splat. And now we're going to do the fun thing of masking. So if you see, whenever we have our blood hit, right in the very beginning, we should not see anything from here. So what we're wanting to do is we're going to mask all of this, so that's going to be in the foreground, so it looks as if the blood is flying behind him. And then when it goes over it, the hand is going to go over the blood splatter. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start at the very beginning here, and we will start masking. And masking is our friend. We learned that in a couple of nights ago, where it was just brutal going through a lot of this stuff. Oh, and my dog Gizmo decided to join us. Hello, Gizmo. Go ahead and move this up, go over, and we'll just kind of cut it off right through here. That should work just fine. And we'll hit M for mask, and we'll feather it just a little bit. Like just a few pixels, like 3. Yeah, you can totally probably hear my dog. And there's my other dog. Oh, everybody's coming out to play. Okay. So we're just going to kind of refine it just a smidge in here. Make sure everything's looking good. And push that up and pull this over just a smidgen. Pull this up. Okay, it looks pretty good. All right. So we're also going to hit mask path, because if we don't hit that at the very beginning, whenever we go through this, you're going to have a bad time, as a South Park character would say. So we'll just go to forward a frame, and we'll just kind of move our mask accordingly to how our person is moving. And we'll do this as many times as it takes. Just kind of go through this again. Go. Save. Go through this again. Go through there, down. That's fine. All right, go again. Next frame. Pull this up, go over there just a little bit, go over here, change that anchor point, go up, go over here, move this anchor point here, and pull this down, change this anchor point so it's not so crazy, and that should work for now, because nothing flies over this direction, so we should be just fine with a lot of this stuff. We actually might be able to do one of these, since the curvature of his shirt doesn't change all that much. Play around with this, keep going, go down, move this around a little bit, pull there, this down, do it right there, cool. Pull that down, go up. I'm just going to repeat the same thing. Pull that down, move that up, move this anchor, pull that down, move that up, move this anchor. I really wish it looked like an anchor, like a ship's anchor. That would be more fun than just blue. If you've never done After Effects before, welcome to After Effects, because After Effects is like 80% masking and only like 5% fun. Not really. After Effects is fun if you enjoy it. If you like some of the tedious stuff, and really it's all about, I mean, you've got to go, I think everything you have to go through doing all of the tediousness in order to really enjoy doing, you know, all this stuff. I'm getting text messages from, who am I receiving text messages from? Oh, a person, a friend, who wants to know if I'm moving. No, I'm not moving. Not yet. Alright, but anyway, what my thought pattern was for that last comment. After Effects can be fun, but you do have to go through the tedious stuff in order to get to the fun part. So, yeah, that is that. Just work it, work it. Work the program for what all of it's got. That down, push this up. Move this over, down. Okay, and this really at this point doesn't matter. Actually, now that I see it, it does matter. All right, so I'll push this over here, pull this up. That way it doesn't splat. Right there. Alright, and that doesn't change. Go around. Pull this up. Whoops. Pull this down. Take this, go this way. Move. No. Move it around. Moving around. Lots of work. Moving around. Making a blood splatter happen. That's all we're doing. I'm getting text messages constantly. Who's texting me at 1:42 at night? Push this down. Alright, that should be good. And keep it going. Now, if you would have caught me a few tutorials before this, I would have said, oh, you can use the blah, blah, blah roto brush tool, and it will take care of all of your rotoing needs. Boy, was that a mistake. I mean, it does a great job, but man, it is slow. Very, very slow. Really, from this point, I'm probably going to have to make more points. This. Going, going, going. Thank you for staying with us, watcher. Again, this is the Black Mariachi. I hope you're enjoying our stream. Please share if you enjoy my weird ranting about Rotobrush or my awful rantings of the situation I got myself into last night with After Effects CC 2015. Sometimes their tools just don't want to work. I have no one to tell them to except for my frustrated self. Alright, pull this down. And take it up. Alright. That's fine. Yeah, we're going to change that here in a little bit, but this is going to be good. Oh, wow. Already. Yeah, so if you're not a friend of mine on like Facebook or Twitter or anything like that, I'll randomly put like posts of, hey, I'm interested in doing a music video. You know, I want to do something creative. And within 10 minutes of me posting that, I've already had like 4 offers. Like, oh my God, do my music video, do this, please. Yeah. I have good friends. All right, here we go. Keep going here. I don't know why. I just like doing music videos. I mean, I've been in the music scene for forever. I used to be in a ska band. I think I was ranting about that the other night. Used to be in a ska band, and we were very popular. And then we broke up. Just like a bad girlfriend. Broke up. Happens. Moving on up. Moving on up. Oh, here we go. Absolutely. I am doing many masks. They look awful, though. Hey, it's my friend Boomlord. Hey, how's it going? Hope you're enjoying this night's stream. Yes, of course, I'm doing masks. As I said earlier, After Effects is like 90% masking if you're doing anything for film. It's, yeah, it's masking. But we're doing a cooler scene this time. This time, we're making it look as if someone was shot, which should be something easy. It just looks sucky and hard because we have to mask 90% of the time. So, oh yeah, and you're welcome. Thanks for, being here. Keeping me company. Make sure to share. Share my live stream to the community of people who need to know about After Effects. Oh, we have some pretty heavy, now that I'm noticing this, we have some pretty heavy motion blur that we might have to feather this out or animate a feathering of the mask. So we'll probably have to end up doing that. So that'll be fun. That's something new. Okay, that's good. Prop this up some more. Yeah, if you guys have not checked out my Facebook for our production team, Avid Productions 479, make sure to go to facebook.com/Avid Productions 479 and give us a like. Masking is fun. That's what I need to do. I need to commission somebody to write a song called Masking is Fun, and I'm going to play it while I'm masking. And it's going to be more like, what is that song? The Burn, not, what is that thing? It could be, I guess it could be more like the Jeopardy track. That yeah, it could be something like that, or it could be more silly, like some of those really old comedies. I think you know the ones I'm talking about. No. There we go. Pull this down, pick this up, move this around. I'm really tempted to start singing Baby Got Back. I don't know why, but I am tempted. And that is a very, very scary thing. Okay, now we're going to get into the fun stuff where I have to mask out this dude's hand. I've I've got to mask out the hand. So now I got to bring all these points up over here and make sure they're going to play nice with each other. I'm just going to go ahead and just move all these points because I'm going to be nice. I'll probably have to make a bunch more points too. No. Alright, here we go with this. That. This over here. Move this just a little bit over here. Change that anchor point, move this over, move that down. Alright. Just that. Pull this up, move this point, pull this down. That's going to look decent there. Out and move this down here, change that point, move this over, change this point. You know, I thought this was going to be an easy tutorial. I was wrong. Well, it's easy. It's just tedious. Move this over. Pull this down. Oh, change my point. Move this point. Move this more over. To not look so crappy. There's that. And I'm going to have to make a ton more points because I'm running out. So I will go ahead and do one of these. Well, you know, yeah, I definitely do. Okay. I think I just broke my printer. Alright. Move this down, go up. Right there, and let's create some points through here. Let's make a point here. Pull this down. Put that up. And we're going to make a couple of points through here. You can also hit like P and V to switch between the pen tool and the mouse cursor tool. I just like clicking on them to make sure that they're selected, because there's nothing worse than accidentally changing something that you did not want to change because you selected the wrong thing. Make a couple more points here. Move them along the timeline. All right, making more points. Making more points, making more points. I just want people to know my point. Making more points. All right, here we go. We are almost finished with just this one sleeve. More points. More points. Tedious. Tedious. Whoops. I did that wrong. Move that back up. Move that back up. Alright. I think, maybe, I think that's going to be good. for this one hand. Okay, cool. Finally, there. We're now just close to halfway through. All right, so moving that point here. Going up, moving it around. And keep it moving. Keeping it moving. And it's funny because this shot is like visible. How many frames is this? 2, 14, 18, 24. So that's 1 second, not even 1.5 seconds. So much work for not even 1.5 seconds. Like, it's insane. Insane. But technically, some food for thought, while on set, we were talking to the good Samaritans over at Studio 2060 who provided all the pyrotechnics and the weapons and blood splats and all that stuff. Well, we didn't have any blood splats, but who provided all the pyro and stuff. So you guys actually should go over and check them out. It is Studio 2060. Studio 2060. These guys right here. Boom. You need to go there. So, yeah, Studio 2060 in Springfield, Missouri. You need to go there, and you need to like them. They are awesome people. Make sure you say, hey, Tutorial Grid sent me, and or Cherokee from Tutorial Grid sent me, and make sure you tell them, hey, you were mentioned in a video, because we like them. They are our friends. But anyway, so each one of the blood splats, so if you, what are called squibs, each squib costs roughly about $200. So take that into consideration if you ever try to do a movie and you say, hey, I'm going to do some squibs, and you want to hire a pyro dude or a visual special effects person to do squibs, know that it is fairly expensive to do. Or you can just, shoot somebody with a paintball. But that's not going to look very realistic. But it's still, I guess it gets the job done, right? Or you can have a guy like me be like, hey, job security, we don't have enough money to do this, but since you're doing all this VFX, can you do this one shot for us? And me be like, yeah, sure, it shouldn't be a problem. And then I'm sitting here doing this tutorial with you people. And how long has it been? 38 minutes, and I believe about 30 of those minutes have been just me masking. So, not bad. It's not bad. But always try to shoot more practical. I always try to tell people to do more practical effects and add visual effects in later. Because the more practicality you got, I believe the better the end result really looks. Alright, we're kind of speeding up just because there's less stuff to max out here. So we'll get to the fun part again, but as I always say, getting to the fun stuff, you've got to do the work on the back end before you get to all the fun stuff. There's not a problem with that. Just we want to have fun too soon. We can't. We just can't. Move this out, and we'll be finished with this frame, I believe. quite. Okay, that should just about do it. Okay. And moving forward a frame. And moving forward a frame, and moving forward a frame, and moving forward a frame. And we are still going with the masks, but just about finished. A little over halfway done. Hard part's almost over. But if you can see by the time, whenever you do start doing something like this, like a project of your own, you'll know now that, hey, if I'm going to do this, I know it's going to take about this long to do because I'm showing it in real time. So that's kind of a plus side of doing it this way in a live view rather than a post-produced tutorial view. So I hope you at least get that out of it. I know it kind of sucks sometimes, but we as visual effects artists have got to do it. Because no one else will, and no one else has the time to do it, or the patience. Alright. There's that. Pull this down here a little bit. Cool. And more frames. And starting over. This doesn't have to be masked out as much. Not going to worry about this side too much. Really going to have to worry about this hand here. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm getting so excited. So excited for the light at the end of the tunnel. Well, before I do anything, I need to save. Haha! Now, wouldn't that be just a killer of the mood? You don't save, and the program crashes, and then I'm stuck doing this all over again. I would not be having a good time. Okay, come on, move this. Moving over. So, do you guys have any projects going on? Oh, I guess I lost a viewer. Oh, so sad. Boom Lord, what's up? You have you've got a project going on? absolutely go in here. Masking. And I'm going to have to make some more points. Oh my gosh. More masks. More points to my mask. Yeesh. Add more points, more points. If you're watching this post live event, you can totally skip through a lot of this. Just to let you know, there's a lot of stuff that could be skipped over. Unless you want to hear my awful rantings about Adobe 2015. Then you can totally just listen. It's still kind of funny sometimes. Alright, I think that's about it. And next frame. And here we go. Go. And we're almost finished. The light is at the end of the tunnel. We've just got to keep going. And here we go. And I'm not going to worry about that just because it's way down there and I don't see anything way down there. Moving. Move the whole mask down. That'll be a lot easier. Just about finished with this one. Okay, that does that. So we'll go ahead and finish that one off. I think we should be good on this one. Yeah, this will be fine. And keeping going. Now from here on out, now that we don't have a whole lot of points to kind of change and move around, because we're not really overlapping our footage here, you can kind of cheat and just kind of give it a small mask, but really from here to the end, it shouldn't be too bad. As you can move it, see, the only thing we really covered up was that. So I'm not saying don't do any more masking if something like this happens, but I am saying it's going to be a lot easier from here on out because you don't have to move as many points to get the affected result. And keep moving. And I think we're going to be fine from here on out. So I think if I do that. That's weird. Don't want to do that. All right, so now that we've got all of that stuff pretty much masked out, it goes, and it blurs out right there, and you see it kind of do one of those. Cool. So if you notice, we kind of flush through here. We've got a really, really harsh edge, and we want to soften that up. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take our mask and just soften it up just a tad. That way, it's going to be just a little bit more friendly with our footage. And you can kind of make the expansion a little bit less, a little bit more, based on how your footage looks, but that looks pretty good. So whenever we play it back, oh my gosh, he's dead. Cool. So now the next thing that I'm going to do is, if you notice, our background layer is fairly blurry, and we've got just, you know, our shots really kind of, it's too sharp. So we're going to add some motion blur, because that's what we're going to do. So on our blood hit, we're going to make sure our motion blur thing is checked, and we're going to hit motion blur down here. That wasn't motion blur, that was something else. Motion blur. So now our footage is going to be blurred on that. We're also going to use a fast blur, because our blood hit is still just a bit too sharp. So we'll change the sharpness of our blood hit just a bit. Just kind of give it that edge of realism. Cool. So now that we've got the blood hit, it's there. Now we're going to add an adjustment layer, and we're going to color correct it, and we're going to call it good. So we'll go to adjustment layer, and we're going to go to HDR, add our HDR compander, pull that onto our adjustment layer here, and kind of the same thing as before. That's gain. We're just going to kind of make sure our footage is fairly flat. So whenever we go in with our curves adjustment, It's going to it's going to give more contrast, but it's going to give more of an even contrast. More of that film stock contrast. All right, there's that. Add some blue in here. That's yellow. A little bit blue. Take out some red here. Really just kind of white balancing this shot. Go back with that. All right, and we've got our shot. Added some blood. I think it's actually still fairly not enough blur, so I'm just gonna take this and blur it some more. All right, cool. That's looking better. All right, cool. So we've got our shot. We've got it done, and you can kind of take it from here and color it as you would want to color it. I mean, you can do anything you want to from here. I like more of the contrasty look, but I'm going to keep it less of the contrasty look and more of the white balanced look because my employer wants to color correct it a certain way. Cool. So that is going to be it for Tutorial Grid Live. We basically just we did a bunch of masking. We tracked the footage of the shot that we wanted it to represent, and we changed the anchor point. We added the blood burst, and we colorized. So from here, I guess I'm going to turn off for the night, and I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Make sure to check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/avidproductions479, twitter.com/tutorialgrid. Also, make sure to subscribe to our videos and you know, send them out, share them. Cool. Well, I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Maybe I'll take a break. I don't know, but maybe I'll be here. Maybe I won't. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.